Your wife doesn't need more help. She needs you to lead. You come home drained, scroll your phone, snap at your kids, and call it a long day. That's not leading, that's losing. You weren't built to survive, you were built to lead. Every time you give up when it's hard, you give into weakness, you get weaker, your family gets weaker. Your wife crying out for you to step it up and become the man that you were born to be. In the Bible, the man is supposed to be the leader of the home. But today, in Western culture and even all across the world, men have abandoned their post. I can remember a time that I was stuck in that same old cycle. I would get off work, I would feel so exhausted. All I would want to do is just veg out and be alone and be away from everybody. But one thing that I realized is that that was hurting my family. My day started not in the morning, but it started for my family when I got home from work. So in the evening, that's when the second half of my day was just beginning. And instead of just checking out, I checked in for them. I stayed engaged. I wanted to see how their day went. How did their school go? How did their work go? How was mom's workload today? Where can I help? Where can I pitch in? Is there anything I need to be doing? Is there anything I need to say to the children? Where do you need support? And it's not just showing up and doing household chores. That's like the easy stuff. I'm talking about the mental work, the spiritual work. That's the stuff that your family is craving for you to step up. Every time that you don't show up when it's hard, think about what that's doing to your family. That's putting weakness in your family. You were meant to lead, but not just to lead by example. So everything that you're doing, your children are following right along with it. Every time your children act up, that's on you. Every time your wife's got a problem, that's your problem. After all, you're the leader of the home. If you start to step up and lead, you're going to find out that there's massive blessings on the other side of showing up for them as the leader that they need. Now, I'm not talking about the leader that beats their chest and just says, respect me when you deserve no respect. I'm talking about the servant leader who shows up, who really pushes in, leans in, and cares for your wife and children. The one who is a Messiah-like leader. The more you emulate him, the stronger your leadership is going to become. It's a daily challenge. It's a daily struggle to get this flesh to push into becoming more like Messiah. But guess what? If you don't start today, then you're never going to get there. Take action today to become that leader and that man that you were meant to be. I believe that one day when you die, God is going to confront you and say, I gave you every opportunity to succeed and for your wife and children to succeed, but you failed because when you had the opportunities, you wouldn't take them. You were too busy scrolling on your phone, watching Netflix or YouTube, or just zoned out. It's time to zone in for them and do what Messiah would do. And he wouldn't be scrolling on his phone. He'd be checking in with them. He'd be making sure they were good. He'd be encouraging them. That's the coolest thing about it. Like, you would want to be encouraged. I know you would. You wish somebody would have encouraged you when you were younger. I know I do. But now it's time to break that generational curse and become that leader that you never had. The one you wished you had. Imagine that man, that leader who you could just think, man, that would be the best leader in the entire world. I would just follow him anywhere. That's the one you want to become. And that's the Messiah-like leader that you were born to be. The only way to get that man to come out of this flesh is to conform to the image of Messiah and take the words in the Bible literally. When it says in the Bible that we are supposed to be conformed into the image of God, that means that we're daily challenged with the struggle of getting this flesh to conform to that image, because that image is perfect and this flesh is flawed. I know about me, my flesh is very flawed. There's so many weaknesses in this flesh. It takes daily grind and work to get this flesh to conform to the image of Messiah. One of the things that works for me is waking up early in the morning and having my quiet time. It's amazing to have that quiet time in the morning. Get into the Word. First thing, that's your spiritual food. Before you have any food, you got to have that Bible time. The next thing is taking this flesh and putting it into some physical exercise. So I go to the gym and I push it as hard as I can at the gym, and I set goals for myself. Why do I do that? It's pushing this flesh out of its comfort zone. The more uncomfortable I can make this flesh, the more I realize that I am in control of this flesh. Just like in the beginning when it was Cain and Abel, and God told Cain that sin was crouching at the door and its desire was for you, but you should rule over it. You're supposed to rule over your flesh. God gave you that ability to rule over this flesh. And when you start to rule over this flesh in a Messiah-like spirit, that is when you will start to feel more powerful, more confident, and stronger than ever before. It's not the weights in the gym and building the muscles that makes you a man. It's the hard mental work, the hard spiritual work, showing up for your family when it's hard, and leading them when you feel like you yourself need to be led. You just do it anyways. I can remember a time when I was real young that my dad and my mom, they would fight a lot. And that made me feel really, really insecure. And it wasn't until I got older that I realized that a lot of the insecurity came from instability in the home. I was telling you that story about when I was younger because I want you to know how it feels to be on the other side of the spectrum when you have no control over anything, when you're young, just like your children right now. If they're young, they have no control over their lives. It's you, the dad, who has to show up for them and be that strong leader that they need. It's your job as the man of your house to create stability for your wife and children. They need to be able to count on you. Every time that you choose laziness over doing the hard work that it takes to lead them, you're allowing them to slip into that same uncertainty that I had growing up. And that's just a cost that's too great for them to bear. I want you and your family to live a winning life for God every day, a winning life in your work, in your business, in your home. Put that winning spirit into your children. The Holy Spirit is there for you, but you cannot have 30 other competing things fighting for your time and attention when you're checked out, when you're not engaged, when you seem like you're just aloof and you don't care about them. It's your wife and kids that are bearing that cost. Tonight, I want to challenge you to put your phone down and go to your wife and ask her one real question, and then just listen. That's it. After that, go and pray about it. Listen to God's voice and start to take action. And I'll even go one step further. Try this for 7 days. And if it does not transform some part of your life, your wife's life, and your children's life, come back on here and call me out.